You know what's interesting about GPS dog fences? Looking at them online, they all seem pretty much the same. Same basic features, same promises on the website. But here at Pampered Pup, we've actually tried them all. Between Kona's real-world testing, see, she's exhausted, and my friend Zach doing things like trying them on in the shower. Don't ask. I can tell you, though, the differences between these products are significant. And those differences directly explain why some cost $300 while others run close to $1,000. I've got all 4 major systems here with me today. We've tested them in dense forests, in open fields, and even at the beach, in the water. The GPS fence market has essentially split into 2 distinct tiers, premium and entry level. At the top end, you've got SpotOn and the new Halo Collar 4, both of them coming in between $599 to $999. Then there's the entry-level options, Invisible Fence GPS at $349 and Pet Safe Guardian at $299. Now, all GPS fences share some basic characteristics. They all create virtual boundaries using GPS signals. They all have some kind of warning system to let your dog know when they're getting close to those boundaries. And they all come with smartphone apps for tracking and management. But that's really where the similarities end. Let me show you exactly why we're going to focus primarily on the premium options today. First of all, the Guardian GPS fence collar from PetSafe and the Invisible Fence GPS collar are essentially the same product. When we first set up the entry-level systems, everything seemed fine. Setup took me about an hour and a half for the Invisible Fence GPS collar, and there were some hiccups in some of its initial setup, as the Bluetooth, for some reason, didn't connect right away. And I'm not alone in feeling a little underwhelmed. Zach, who's been testing these systems since 2019, found the same issues with the budget options. He reported significant boundary drift, inconsistent tracking, and frequent connectivity problems that made the more affordable systems really difficult to rely on. And when you're talking about containing your dog, mostly working just isn't good enough. When you factor in the required subscriptions and limited feature sets, the price difference between these and the premium options start to make a lot more sense. I would say if $599 sounds too expensive and your yard is really uncomplicated, you might be fine checking out the Invisible Fence or the Pet Safe Guardian. I had some minor issues with the Invisible Fence GPS collar, but the instructions were clear and troubleshooting inside the app itself was totally helpful. I started out in a pretty wooded area, which created a bit of a delay in the alerts, but it definitely worked better once we got out onto the soccer field. This brings us to the 2 systems that actually are worth considering when we're breaking down the best GPS dog fence, SpotOn and Halo 4. Both of these are excellent systems, but they have distinct advantages that might make one of them a better choice depending on your specific needs. Let's start with SpotOn. The standout feature here is their dual-feed active antenna technology. In plain English, it's constantly getting your dog's position from 2 GPS feeds at once. If anything happens to one feed, another one's ready to go. During our testing, this translated to consistently accurate boundaries. We're talking precision within a couple of feet, even under heavy tree cover. The Halo 4 takes a slightly different approach. While it might not quite match SpotOn's raw accuracy, it does make up for it with an incredible suite of training features and a more compact design. If you've watched any of our earlier videos, this may not even be a contest. SpotOn in years past made the most accurate collar, period. But the Halo 4 is pretty darn close. And once you get into that A to A+ range when comparing these two, some of the other details start to matter a little bit more. For me, the Halo Collar 4 fit Kona better, and I like the interface more. Let's talk now about cost, because this is important. Yes, both of these systems are not cheap, but there is a key difference in how they handle subscriptions. SpotOn's is optional, so unlike even our cheaper options, if you're not planning on using the more detailed tracking features, you actually could save money over time. After extensive testing, here's what it really comes down to. If you want the absolute best GPS accuracy and you don't want to worry about subscriptions, SpotOn is your best bet. Its performance in challenging environments is unmatched, and the build quality is really exceptional. If you're more interested in the training aspects and you prefer a more compact design, go with the Halo 4. The training integration is fantastic, and while you'll need that subscription, the overall package is really polished. Make sure to check the description below to grab an exclusive discount code for SpotOn and Halo, which also helps support our channel. And if you want a more detailed breakdown, we have plenty of reviews on this channel that you can check out on either product.